absolutely no accountability. They can physically beat your child. At the first of the year, he was beaten in the head inside the public library by 3 boys. One set him up, 2 more beat him in the head. He was taken to the emergency room. The same officer was there at that setting. And nobody even raises a hand to help stop it, to help aid the person in distress. This just goes on in the city library. I can't understand. And the second meeting was behind Vanetti's, and totally nothing is done. But the guy did tell me, the officer said, well, we could retrieve that camera, which they took videos on. We could retrieve that, and even if they had erased it, we could pull it back up. But then no steps were ever taken. He told me we left it up to the school principal, and she had already told me there was no jurisdiction. It wasn't the school's jurisdiction. So there we're giving these guys a free pass just to go around beating people at random. And, you know, anything that could be done along those lines. And like I said, I went to the PD. I was sent away 3 times by the clerk. I never even saw anybody until the 3rd time when he took it down on a little notebook. So I thank you. I just want you to know it's out there, and it could be your kid.
Ms. Peters, it is important that and we're very, very thankful that you and everybody else in this audience has come out tonight. So I thank you for visiting with us about what's happened. I appreciate it.
And I appreciate you. Thank you.
Man. Andy Whiteman, you're up next. Thanks, Beth.
Good evening, Mr. Mayor, Board of Aldermen, or maybe I should say bad evening. But I call this to attention. I live in a totally different neighborhood, as you all know. I called similar circumstances to attention of Aldermen maybe 3 or 4 years ago. At that time, I was told there's no problem here. The problem, as I see it, is the parents are failing to exercise supervision over their children. It's the parents' problem. Why do these people have kids if they're not going to supervise them? I don't have kids mainly because they're too expensive and their responsibility. The problem is the parents. I've had the same problem with neighbors. In fact, the parent comes over yelling at me because I complained about our kids. Now, I suggest that the parents be cited for the same crime as the child if they can apprehend the child. They're actually an accessory to the fact. They're contributing to the delinquency of a minor, and they're endangering a minor. So they could definitely cite these parents. So accountability needs to be placed back to the parents. Thank you.
Thanks, Andy. Next, we got Dolores Wells, please. And then I think is it Bill Cantrell next? Good evening.
Good evening. I'm Dolores Wells, and I live at 8315 Lane, pretty close to the area everybody's describing. And I also agree that a lot of it is just the parents being accountable. And I would like to see the parents held more accountable because we work night shifts, and often I come home, it could be 3 o'clock in the morning, it could be 2 o'clock in the morning, leaving the buildings where we work, and it's kids all up and down the street. And it's like, the thing that gets me most, I mean, we're really upset about these kids, but really it's the kids that are the victim. Because if nobody misses you at 3 o'clock in the morning, if nobody realizes you're not in the house at 11:30, the kids are really the ones that are truly the victims here. Because the parents are doing God knows what, and these kids are just out running the neighborhood doing whatever. And Raytown has, I mean, my kids are in football, baseball, basketball, my daughter's in dance. And the reason I spend so much money on activities like that, because when kids don't have anything to do, they get in trouble. They have nothing better to do. So, I mean, I would just like to see the parents held accountable, because when I come home at 11 o'clock at night and I see kids that are the same size as my 10 and 5 and 6-year-olds out playing, that's absurd to me. I mean, those are kids with nothing else to do but get in trouble because nobody's at home that obviously cares. And it makes me really want to stop and talk to them, because ultimately, those kids could probably thrive in a different environment with more responsible parents. And they're truly the victim, because if nobody intervenes and make the parents responsible, they're going to end up right behind here in the jail sooner or later. And I mean, eventually nobody wants to step up and say, hey, you know, yeah, the kids are breaking windows, they're doing this, they're doing that. My son couldn't be out breaking car windows, because I know where my son is 24 hours a day. So there's no way he's responsible for anybody's car on lane being broken in. But how many parents can say that, especially in those apartments? So, I mean, we can say and do whatever, but until the parents are more committed in raising their children and not expecting the schools and the community to do it, it's just going to get worse.
Ms. Wells, thank you. Mr. Cantrell. Then Kathy Hayes is up next, please. Thank you.
I'm William Cantrell. I live at 8452 Lane Drive. I've been in Raytown here for 2 years. Grew up in Colorado, 20 years Air Force, Native American. The parents, which I hear everybody here talk about, should be responsible for their kids. I was responsible for my kids, my 20 years in the service. If they stole something in the commissary, the BX, they also went to jail, but I also got kicked off base. I also had disciplinary action taken against me along with the kids. So that is one thing you have to look at. It's not your responsibility as a city to make sure that there's a place for the kids to go. The parents have to make that responsibility, okay? Now, I know some people don't agree with that, and I'm sorry, but that's the responsibility you have when you have kids. When Native Americans have kids, we take care of them. We give them respect, and they respect us back. They respect the older people. They respect their elders. If they don't, there's a wrath that comes down on them that you would not believe. You have to take that into consideration on all this. I've had the kids out there tell me things. They stopped my son-in-law, and they told him that he was a wetback and Hispanic. Well, in the back of his car, he has Native American pride. He's an Apache, and so am I. One of the girls out there said, "Oh, my God, they're not Spanish." He politely said, "No, I am not." He could have said some other things, and he didn't. He held his tongue. The other night, there was an incident out there in the area. I understand that where I live right now, since I've been there for 2 years and I rent there, that's private property, all the grass area. City owns the roadways and any of the sidewalks there. That's fine. But anything that happens on the grass should be the responsibility of the homeowners association, which means there needs to be signs put up there. Private property. Stay off. If you're not allowed there, you have to keep out of that area. Those signs that you have up out there that says community watch, nobody cares about them. Kids don't care. They don't get nothing done to them. Like I said, it's the responsibility of the parents to take care of the kids. Like I said, you're going to have to attack this just like you would the military. If you want something done, do something to the kids, because right now the kid that went last night come back and said, "They didn't do nothing to me. They checked my background. That's all they did to me." That's exactly what he said. A friend of mine, I had a business in San Antonio of bounty hunting. I'll tell you what, right now, I could make a lot of money in Lane Drive. Just something to keep in mind, gentlemen. Thank you, Mayor.
Thank you. Kathy Hayes is next. Evening, Ms. Hayes.
Good evening. My name is Kathy Hayes. I live at 9038 on East 85th Terrace. I'm a school teacher in one of the Kansas City, Missouri school district, and my car was perfectly fine at my school. I was coming home, and they egged my car, and I guess they didn't think I was going to turn around and retaliate. I did. I'm also here because there's where I live, there's a sidewalk that goes down the side of my duplex, and they have been driving down the side of that duplex, and then there's an apartment that's to the, I guess if I walk out my door, it's to the left. There's a lot of activity that's going on over there as well, and they're also involving the kids now. I've called police several times. They've asked me to come and fill out reports.